Welcome to the season wrap-up of the WT Coaches Show. I'm your host, Kelton Weens, and we have head women's basketball coach Krista Gerlich in studio with us today. Now, Coach, we haven't seen you since the end of the regular season, and since then you've played the LSC tournament and the NCAA tournament. Tell us about the LSC tournament. It was in Allen this year. What was that experience like?
Well, it was a great experience, and what an important event for our kids to be a part of. And I thought that the Lone Star Conference did a great job of hosting the tournament. I thought the city of Allen was incredible. It was just a great championship environment for our fans, for our players, just for everyone involved, and it was just a really great experience. But I thought that as far as the games went, I thought the TWU game that we came out a little tight, as I figured we would, particularly playing the same team that ousted us from that same tournament last year in the first round. And it doesn't leave those kids' minds, things like that. And so I thought we were really, really tight. But I did think that as the game went on, and particularly in the second half, that we really stepped up and fought through it and decided we wanted to win, and that we fought off those nerves a little bit. And so that was a really good game for our kids to be a part of, and a lot of relief, because you always want to win that first game when you get to Allen or to the conference tournament. Then we ran into a hot Incarnate Word team who had knocked off Midwestern, played very well. I think Incarnate Word was certainly playing some of their best basketball in the conference tournament, and we did not answer the bell at all the first half. We came out actually the first half we were just a little bit sluggish, and with about 5 minutes to go in the half is when we kind of fell apart a little bit and let them get a 16-point lead on us, and kind of regathered ourselves and regrouped at halftime. And I don't think I've ever been more proud of a group in the second half, particularly our seniors. I thought that Ashley and Joni and Allie just decided that if they were going to go down, they were going to go down fighting as hard as they could, and certainly gave ourselves a chance. Came back and I think got within 2, maybe even tied it. I can't remember exactly, but all 3 of those seniors, when that game ended, which ended, I think we ended up getting beat by 3 or 4, and really hard for them to swallow, because they didn't know if we were going to make the regional tournament or not. But all 3 of those seniors ended up with 14 points each, and I just thought that really showed their character and their fight and what it's about being a Lady Buff, and I thought that they displayed that for their teammates really, really well in the last game that they played in the conference tournament.
Now, your team did receive an at-large bid to play in the regional tournament. Unfortunately, you lost in the first round to the top-seeded Lady Blues of Washburn. Tell us about that game.
Well, first of all, very excited that the girls got the respect that they deserved to get into the regional tournament. I hate that we didn't play better in the regional tournament. However, I did think that our kids did what we asked them to do to put themselves in that position. And what I mean by that is, after we lost 3 in a row in January, had a really tough January, it could have been very easy for a young team to just kind of wave the white flag and go, we're young, we've got the excuse, we'll just kind of get through this season. And they didn't. They bucked up and got on a 10-game winning streak and protected their home court and did everything they had to do to put themselves in a position to win the conference tournament and to get in the regional tournament. So I was really excited for them to get that bid. And then when we went there, we didn't make it last year, so we had a lot of kids on our roster. I mean, anybody that was a sophomore or a freshman had never played in an NCAA tournament before. So pretty big-eyed, I think, at times. And then to have to play the number 1 seed, Washburn, on their home court was pretty tough. Washburn's a very good basketball team, and we certainly got a good look at them. I mean, I think that they played really, really well. And I thought that the tone was set early by the officials of that they were really going to let us play. And normally that's a great thing for us, but Washburn was a little bigger than us inside, and I think they intimidated us a little bit after the first few minutes of the game, and realized that, hey, they're not going to call anything, this is just going to be a war. And I thought we battled pretty well the first half. The end of the first half, we again gave up some threes. I think they ended the half with 4 threes, and that's what separated us at halftime. We were down by 14, and that was the difference. We let them get loose and just couldn't get that stop when we needed it. And then the second half, we just didn't have what it took to get back in the game, and Washburn really got comfortable and got on a roll and played really well. But still, great experience for our kids, and I was really proud that the seniors got our team back into the regional tournament, and hopefully our younger kids understand now what it's all about and what it takes to get to that level, and then how you have to take it up a notch when you do get to play in the regional tournament.
Now, Joni Unruh was named to the South Central Region second team. And Allie Sherman and Ashley Leben are also two other seniors along with Joni. What have they done for you, their career here?
Well, I don't know that I can even put it into words. Allie joined us her sophomore year and immediately became an impact player. Defensively bought in she was one of the fan favorites, I think, just because of her effort on the defensive end. She wasn't afraid to get on the floor, fight for a loose ball, things like that, things that fans appreciate. And, she was rewarded last year with Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year, and really excited for her for that, and then had an injury this year. So her senior year probably wasn't exactly how she had pictured it, obviously being injured for most of it, but I was really proud of how she responded and got herself in the mix and helped us win some basketball games late in the year. Ashley has just been a really great success story for us, and we'll use it a lot in our recruiting because she came in her freshman year, and the best way I can describe it is that she was probably a girl that played basketball. 6'2", and so you kind of have to play basketball, I guess, if you come from Amarillo High, and she did. And she bought into what we were doing, worked really hard, every year developed. In her senior year, she became a really good basketball player. And there's a big difference. And I was really proud of the fight that she showed, the leadership she showed, and the passion that she had for the game and for wanting to lead her team. And then, there's Joni, and there's no way I can put into words what she's done for our program. She was she was in the first class that I signed when I first took this job, and just stepped out on the floor and just been hard-nosed ever since. And one of the toughest kids I know, if not the toughest kid I know. Really worked hard and then had to go through some adversity last year, tearing her knee up, and but the fact that she was able to come back and then still make second team all-region and just lead her team back to the NCAA tournament, we'll forever be indebted to her. And I think that she will. I've talked to all three of them about how they've passed the torch and really left a legacy, and she's going to be somebody that we refer to a lot in our future players.
What are your expectations for next season?
Well, I'm excited about the group that we have coming back. I think they learned a lot. I think they matured a lot. Some of our best players were our young kids, and I think just the experience. They went through a disappointing year last year, and then this year wasn't as what we expected either, because we have such high expectations. But at the same time, I really thought that they fought through some things and grew up a lot, and I'm just excited about the future. And I think for the next couple of years anyway, we have a really good chance to get our program back to the Elite Eight status, and that's what we'd like to do. We want to win that conference championship and take that back, and then really try to work hard at not only just qualifying for the regional tournament, but winning it. So I'm excited about the future of the Lady Buffs.
Well, Coach, thank you for your time this morning, and thank you for stopping by this season.
Thank you, Kelvin.
Don't go away. We will be talking men's basketball after the break.
It's Ford Truck Month, and Jim here just got a great deal on a brand new Ford F-150 with EcoBoost engine technology. Gives him the fuel economy of a V6, all the power of a V8. Chevy and Dodge can't do that. Jim says that's how you get the job done, even on his day off. And that's life in the Stampede. Now get up to $6,500 in total savings on F-150, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year. It's Truck Month at your Texas Ford dealer.
Welcome back to the WT Coaches Show. We are talking with men's basketball coach Rick Cooper. Now, Coach, we haven't seen you since the end of the regular season. You played the LSC tournament in Allen. How was that experience?
Well, Allen was fantastic. The people were great. The tournament was well run. Obviously, we wish we had played better against Tarleton State in that semifinal game, especially better in the second half, and that's where they separated from us. But I was proud of our kids for bouncing back after losing and playing well against Eastern New Mexico after losing Keenan Washington with the injury. And I thought we played hard in that tournament. And we wish we could have won one more, maybe gotten to the championship game. And hopefully, our goal is always to win an LSC championship, and we weren't able to do that. But the experience in Allen was extraordinary. Good group of people and a very well run tournament.
Coach, you were selected as a 6th seed for this season's NCAA tournament. You went to Wichita Falls. Tell us about that experience.
That was a good experience too. Wichita Falls, they always do a great job running the NCAA tournament there when they host the regionals. same situation though. We lined up against the number 3 seed Arkansas Tech, and we were hoping going in that they're very good, one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country, and we were hoping that they would not shoot the ball that well, or that we would have something to do with them not shooting the ball that well. But they got us in rotation and ended up hitting, I think, going 9 of 14 from the 3 in the first half, and that was hard for us to recover from. But we did bounce back and fight really, really hard second half, and I think cut it to 8, maybe to 7. I can't really remember, but I was proud of our kids for not giving up. I mean, Arkansas Tech went on to get beat by Midwestern in the regional championship game. So we were playing a very good team, and a team that was well prepared and well coached. So again, I thought obviously we'd like to win more games when we get to that type of tournament, and like to play a little bit deeper. But it was a great experience for our kids, and one I'm hoping that we can build on for next year.
Donald Sims was named to the South Central Region's second team.
He was.
What do you expect out of that young man for next season?
Well, we're excited about him for next season. We think he's. I still think his best basketball's ahead of him. Donald really went above and beyond the call of duty and just did so much more than what we expected this year. We had high expectations for him, but I thought he had a fantastic year, and I think he'll be one of the. I believe he'll be one of the top players coming back in the conference next year. So we have real high expectations for him next year, and are very excited about him being on our side.
Coach, final question: what do you expect out of your team for next season?
Good question. We've got some holes we've got to fill, particularly at the point guard spot. But I like the kids that we're recruiting right now. I like the group of kids that we have returning. I think we have a very, very good nucleus coming back. We're going to have to get some injuries healed up, but I think we will, and see what happens. But I think also when you look at even the conference, and you look at that, that we had Tez returning as freshman of the year, and Donald coming back as newcomer of the year. Those are good signs. Now we'll see, but we have high expectations as always.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time this season, and good luck in the
It's been a pleasure.
offseason.
Thank you.
That does it for the WT Coaches Show for basketball. Stick around this spring for the baseball and softball shows. For the WT Sports Network, I'm Kelton Weems.